So the investigations are continuing. What is the latest?
Yeah, so we've just found out this morning, Michael, that 4 separate investigations have been launched. One by police, looking at their response, and I can say from the police minister this morning, they have been highly commended. 2 from corrections, really looking at this alleged offender, 24-year-old Machu Reid. Why was he at the construction site? We know now that it has been confirmed he was electronically monitored, which means that he was on home detention. He was given permission to work at the construction site. So was it sufficient enough that he was given that permission, and how did he get access to a weapon while being monitored? We know now that he was charged with serious offences in March of this year, including one in 2021 where he violently attacked and strangled a woman. According to Police Commissioner Andrew Costa, who spoke this morning, he believed his motives were related to something around the worksite, and although that can't be confirmed, that will of course come out through these investigations. Now, I spent much time at the hospital yesterday where most of the patients were taken, as well as the incident site itself. What we know is that the shooter entered the building at around 7 a.m, almost this time yesterday, into the construction site. Now, he is a construction worker, was a construction worker there, so he knew how to navigate the building quite well. He made his way to the 3rd floor, at which point some shots were fired. Police were then called, and we now know it took them exactly 11 minutes from that call for them to get into the building. About 4 minutes after that is when the Armed Defenders Squad made their way into the building. Now, shortly after 8 a.m, we heard another 5 shots in quick succession. What we know now is that a negotiation took place in an empty elevator shaft where that shooter barricaded himself. That negotiation was unsuccessful, and a cop was shot and critically injured during that negotiation. We also know that the shooter was then found dead, and have since found out that 2 others, which were civilians, were also found dead too. 10 others have been injured in this ordeal, one of them being that critically injured officer, another officer as well, with moderate conditions, and we have just confirmed that at least 4 of those people are civilians, all with moderate to critical conditions. Now, as you can imagine, some very mixed emotions today. We had our football ferns with the first match of the FIFA Women's World Cup, one of the biggest sporting events in the world. Kickoff was yesterday, and our football ferns with a stunning victory against the Norwegian team. So feelings of celebration, but also feelings of disbelief, trying to figure out exactly why what happened yesterday happened, and processing, particularly for those people who were in the building and surrounding buildings. I can tell you it's quite an eerie feeling in Auckland. Not quite the eyes that we wanted on our city in what is a big time for sporting here in this country. The security is already quite high. We've got delegates and diplomats from all around the world here, but as you can imagine, that security has been stepped up from today.
Indeed. Aziz, really appreciate the update. Thank you.